There is no future for people who deny their past. My foreparents, my grandparents,
Welcome to the Final Boss Podcast, your ultimate destination for urban culture, community vibes, and live conversations with the movers and shakers of the streets. Join us as we explore the rhythm of one beat at a time. Let's get the show started. Turn up the volume, sit back and relax, and welcome to the Final Boss Podcast, hosted by Turbo, the CEO, and follow us on all social media platforms.
You're listening to the Final Boss Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Final Boss Podcast. Listen. Man, everyone around the world, everyone who's tuning in, we have a great show for you tonight. Episode number 81. I got my man, the one, the only, the myth, the legend, the honorable.
Oh, bless you, sir.
Yes, sir. J. Marcus Howard. Let's give him a hand, everybody.
Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind. Y'all all are too kind. You're too kind.
Listen, this is episode 81, man. He's going to talk about his business and his ventures and everything else he has going on. And then we're going to invite him back because every time I talk to this brother, he has something else going on in a positive manner. Man, listen, this dude is the epitome of positivity. I'm gonna stop right there.
Man, I see that check deposited in your bank account. I see you must have cashed it, man. Goodness gracious, man. Thank you.
I'm asking a fast check and cashing, brother. Let me tell you.
I said, oh yeah, he got that.
Listen, so everyone, welcome. Episode 81, Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Innovation and Entrepreneurship is the title of tonight's show. As I have to give you this disclaimer every single episode. This is for entertainment purposes only. Only.
I love it.
Oh man, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to everyone who is tuning in, no matter what time you're tuning in. I'm giving you guys the greeting of the day. Before we get started, I got a few admin notes that I'd like to get out to everyone.
Yep.
My first admin note, of course, is continue to my smarts, to my final bosses. Thank you for your support. Please continue to support us. It costs nothing, man. Absolutely nothing. Go like, share, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Listen. That's a jingle right there. Like, share,
subscribe. What?
Like, share, subscribe.
Y'all heard it.
You heard it right here first. We need to coin that, man.
Let's do it. I'm gonna put some music. We got a studio right up the street.
To it. If you haven't had a chance to check out the merch, you see the merch. Go to the merch site. I'm gonna be updating the merch site in the next week. There were some discrepancies on there that I need to go out there and fix, but right now, it's still available, so go check out the merch site. The URL for the merch is www.thefinalbosspodcast.com, one word. Thefinalbosspodcast.com, one word. That's the merch site. And as you know,
on YouTube, it's down below. It's in the description on YouTube.
It's in the description, my man.
Right there.
Boom.
Right
there. Just
if
like
you
that.
didn't know.
If you didn't. Oh man, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Listen, everyone, if you're just tuning in, thank you. If you've been here for a while, now you're smart or you're a final boss. And as I like to lead each episode with my brass tacks, and tonight's brass tacks comes from Peter F. Drucker.
Okay.
Again, Peter F. Drucker. And here it is. Entrepreneurship rests on a theory of economy and society. The theory sees change as normal and indeed as healthy. And it sees the major task in society, and especially in the economy, as doing something different rather than doing better what is already being done. That is basically what we say. 200 years ago meant when he coined the term entrepreneur. It was intended as a manifesto and as a declaration of dissent. The entrepreneur upsets and disorganizes, as Joseph Schumpeter formulated it. His task is creative destruction. And that's our brass tacks tonight.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, sir. That was a good one too, man. Creative destruction. I like that. I never heard
that sounds like
absolutely
for me.
Hey man, that's what we do.
That's some artwork right there.
Destroy and rebuild. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Again, man. I'm thrilled to have my friend. He's my guest host for tonight's edition, the special edition, Thursday night's edition. J. Marcus Howard. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. I am excited and thrilled to be here with you, man. Like I said earlier, whenever we come together, it's always an indication that something has already manifested great in our lives. And we don't talk that much. And it's just, and every time I can definitely acknowledge 3 times, whether it was on the street in Georgetown, or I'm calling you to get on the movie to be the feature soundtrack for the movie that I was doing.
Right.
Like, it's always something pivotal, man.
And
so this season, man, I'm so excited to be in a position where I can be of value strictly not only to you, but to your audience, man. And really, really help shape the minds of business owners and bring something of value. You hear a lot of gurus on the social media that talk about, well, you need to have this and you need to do that and you need to be this. We bring solutions.
Ladies and gentlemen, J. Marcus Howard. And if you don't know, I've been posting his promo, man. His promo is crazy. Mr. EM2, Mr. EM2, Mr. EM2, Mr. EM2. Hey man, that jingle's fire, bro.
Thank you, man.
Jingle is fire.
Thank you, man.
Let's get right into it, man.
All right.
We're diving into the exciting world of innovation and entrepreneurship. And my friend, J. Marcus Howard, is launching something truly groundbreaking. I'm going to let him describe and tell you guys exactly what he's brought to the Final Boss.
Awesome.
You have the floor, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, been in business for close to 20 years. And the thing about it, especially in a consultation and brand and marketing agency, we oftentimes do bespoke custom projects. If you're a small business, you'd come to us and we have a consultation, talk about your vision, talk about what you need. We submit a proposal, we submit a one sheet, we do a bid, all of those things, right?
Right.
And so looking at efficiency, that's a very difficult place to scale, right?
Okay.
And so if you look at the ethos, all puns intended, of what SaaS has brought to the table, right?
Right.
And for those who don't know, that's software as service, right? And so you go, you find a software, and I'll pick a mass topic SaaS service, Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook is a SaaS service.
Right.
Except for people don't think of it that way because they're not necessarily paying for access. But the truth is you are paying for it because you're giving them your data.
Right.
You're giving them your content.
Absolutely.
So there is that exchange that they have monetized. You might necessarily as an individual have monetized, but trust me, businesses monetize your data every day. So in that light,
can I just add to that, man?
Absolutely.
It's something I say all the time. When it's something free, when it's free, you're the product. You're the product. Yeah,
absolutely.
So, yeah,
that's it. Ask TikTok. They know about it.
Okay,
They know about it.
Yes,
so
sir.
In that transformation, probably around August of last year, we were in development with my team to create the business growth engine. Okay. And what the business growth engine does is kind of puts the whole tech stack together in one feasible, digestible service that takes you from brand development to CRM to distribution. And when I say distribution, every business needs to have a way to tell their story, right? And most people look for radio, you do Google ads, you do TV, you do paid ads on a myriad of platforms. And for a business owner, when you're focused on your service and a product, it's very hard to pick up the acumen of digital marketing.
Correct.
You have enough time trying to focus on servicing your customers, right?
Right.
And so what the business growth engine does is allows you, we have a full service design and editing department where you can get in the service and then you can submit your projects and have your creative design, unlimited creative design for whatever your needs are, right? So now that takes that if you can write out what you want and what you need, you can have it serviced. We have two powerful, robust CRMs.
Okay.
And one of the CRMs, we'll talk a little bit about that. You got to stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Tell the people that don't know. I know my final bosses and my smarts know, but for those who don't know, can you tell the people what CRM is? I actually just took that.
Awesome. So CRM is a customer relationship management system. Relationship management system, right? And so why do you need a CRM? Imagine someone calling your phone and you got 10 people calling your business phone and you don't have 10 operators. It's just you or it's just your assistant. What a CRM can do is automatically text that individual back, say, hey, sorry, we missed your call. Here's the link to our calendar to book an appointment. So that's one part. For your emails, you can automate your emails where someone sends an email, you have triggers in that particular email, it'll automatically send back that message to that particular client. And the management part is you can have all your customers. Think for if you're a Verizon customer or you're an AT&T or a T-Mobile, when you call in and you pick up, they already know that it's you by your number or your customer number or your email. They already have the information. So same in the CRM. When someone calls, you can have all the notes for your customers. So imagine.
Hold on, I'm getting some feedback.
Yep. Mic check, is that me?
I don't know. Do you hear it?
I hear it.
I don't know what that is.
Please stay tuned, y'all, while we address some of these technical difficulties.
It happens. We apologize. Okay. Test.
Test. Yeah, I wonder if you have any fans on your side or no.
No.
Yeah, we was crystal clear earlier.
Always
something.
Always something.
Hey, look, that's a prime indication that we're doing the right thing.
Oh, absolutely, man. Trust me, I am hip.
Yes, indeed. We were struggling trying to get our camera up earlier, so technical difficulties happen. I appreciate y'all's patience, staying in and staying locked in and staying tuned. It just slightly went away just a second ago with what you were doing.
Yeah, I unplugged the mic. I might have to switch out real quick. Listen, if you ever have your own podcast, man, or this is something that you're interested in doing, you need to make sure you have the technical expertise to be able to do it, because things will happen and you will have to troubleshoot on the fly.
On the fly.
On the fly, people. On the fly. Now watch this. Let's see. Brexit. Test. Nope.
Not yet.
No, I still hear it.
Yep. Mic check. We appreciate y'all tuning into the Final Boss podcast as we address our technical issues. We are still here. We're still live. Appreciate you guys staying tuned and tuning in. You can make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the Final Boss podcast. Click the link, click the share, and tag that on all your social media handles. We most appreciate you.
Let's roll.
All right. You got your chat up on your side, bro?
Yeah, I got my chat up.
See if people are still clear.
Yeah,
Put a one. Put a one in the chat on YouTube if you can still hear us clearly. Yeah, I think it's gone down significantly.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yep.
All right. So where I left off, absolutely. Where I left off was talking about the CRM, right? And basically, it allows a business or any individual, whether that you're in a service business, to have a dashboard that allows you to see all your communications via text, via phone, via email, or via social DM. So it's a really powerful tool that you can use to stay connected to your community. And we have two versions of our CRM, one that encompasses a full coaching webinar system, allows you to have your mobile app developed. It's a full range of services. And for today, if you stay tuned to the end, we're going to give away something of major value to small businesses. And so, like I was saying, we brought forth the small business growth engine to solidify the tech stack that businesses need to be efficient in their marketing and communications.
I'm listening, man. Is it? Hold on.
Yeah, it seems like when audio's coming on your side, it gets a little staticky.
Staticky, yeah. So it's not the microphone.
Yeah, no, it may be your input. It may be your input.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming through clear.
Test.
Yeah.
Test.
As I always say, when the gremlins is in the technology, you're doing something right. You're doing something right.
Oh man,
you're doing something absolutely right. So we had a major issue doing a live stream last year for Marymount University, and if you look for sun flares, you will see that last year. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. You can't hear me? Yeah, my signal's coming through strong. 1, 2, mic check. Yep, it's coming through strong. So you should see it on your meter on your side. Yeah, mic check. Can you hear me? Mic check. Can you hear me? Guys, we apologize for the technical issues. If you know anything about streaming, even the Super Bowl had a blackout. We want to make sure we're getting you all loud and clear. If you can put it in the chat, if you guys can hear us.
No, it's my mom says we've been hit with some solar flares right now, and
come on, mother.
Yeah, like to disturb electronics. So, but Let me tell you.
Right?
This is episode number 81. I haven't had any technical issues, especially with sound or anything, since
you
the
started.
first season. Since the first season, bro.
I know it's too much power on this. It's too much power on this thing.
Oh my God, this is
It's
crazy.
too much power. StreamYard, they weren't ready for all this power today.
Oh my man. Look, you keep telling them what you're doing and what you're bringing to the table, and I'm gonna fix this. Go ahead, do your thing.
Yes, sir. So with the small business growth engine, we've categorized it into two different segments. We have the local business growth engine, and then we have the small business growth engine. And so we have a robust CRM, we have unlimited graphic design, web development, brand development, and that's logo and identity. We have distribution, digital distribution, PR, digital PR distribution, and that is the power. That is the power in our system, and that is trycatalyst.ai. And what Catalyst does is takes your one piece of content and multiplies it into 6 forms of content that we distribute to over 500 plus authoritative sites. So if your company or organization needs digital PR to get your word out, it is the most affordable and effective means to get your mission out. One of our case studies, we have a client in Sanford, Florida, which is actually a dog trainer, and they were having some issues with their former marketing agency, and the owner was really looking for someone who could take their brand to the next level. And when we engaged them, we came and redid their website, we did their logo. You're clear now, sir. You're clear.
Test.
You just came. Nope. And so, once we redid their website, we did a soft launch for their website to test through their existing clientele. They had about 1,500 current clients that they had, and we did an email using their CRM, and we got really good response, letting them know that the new site had been launched. Great feedback on the website, really user-friendly, had the automation that they were looking for. And then we scheduled a time and a date for their digital press release. And what we did with the digital press release was crafted the messaging to talk about their myriad of services. And then we distributed that reached 491 different authoritative websites. And what was so powerful that in that press release, one of the services that they offer is a thermal imaging service. And that thermal imaging service they use alongside with the veterinarians that allowed them to see any of the ailments that their pets had. And the manufacturer for that particular device called the owner and was like, who did you all's press release? This is the best press release that we've ever seen. And that was the manufacturer of the device calling the owner of the owner of the dog training facility on how and what did they use to distribute their website. And of course he said, well, they hired one of the best marketing agencies on the East Coast and said, man, you got to talk to the guy. He knows his stuff. And so that's just one case where our digital distribution really causes massive traffic because Google likes platforms that suit their audience and is set up properly. And that's one thing we really stress at Ethos is having your digital infrastructure in place. Because imagine being seen on TV and you have thousands of people calling your business, but you don't have a funnel and a way to manage those leads and to manage that influx of traffic. And that's the problem that a lot of businesses have is that they do not have the proper infrastructure to handle mass marketing. Not only do we build those platforms for small businesses to handle that massive traffic, but we also provide the leads and the technology to build that massive traffic. The other service that we launched this year is Get AI Answer. Get AI Answer is a most revolutionary piece of technology that empowers business to duplicate themselves. So if you happen to call our office number 202-935-9953, you will talk to our AI agent. And the reason why I love it so much, I'm pretty good at explaining our services to our customers and our clients. But the power of the AI is I had a conversation with my own AI for my business the other day. And I said, you know what? You're pretty damn good. You're pretty darn good there. You're smart. He answered every question. And I tried to switch it up. I tried to cause it to have errors. And the beautiful thing about having AI agents empowered in your business and employed in your business is that you are able to duplicate your sales process effectively and efficiently. And so when someone calls into our business and they want to ask questions, we can send them a text. The AI will send them a text with a meeting link so that they can meet with one of our managers or myself, have calendar booking appointments, or even send them a product link, whether it's a product or service, and they can get whatever they need. And so that's the amazing thing about the AI technology. I think the media in itself puts a negative spin on the power of AI. But I look at AI like this. AI will never supplant human contact. We use it to augment the process. We use it to facilitate efficiency in businesses. And that's the power of AI Answer. It is part of the small business growth engine. It allows us to effectively help businesses scale, whether they have a front office receptionist. Two of our particular clients have now migrated their front office receptionist to a training or more executive position, and taking that time and resources that they typically would allocate to having a front desk receptionist to now having a more managerial role, because now they have the technology that allows them to handle support questions, handle leads, and effectively disseminate those particular calls to a particular manager, executive, and or decision maker. So the power of AI is amazing. It seems like you're back, bro.
Test.
Clear as day.
I'm good.
You're good. Clear as day. No static. No crackle.
Hey, listen.
Hey, look, I was having a mono podcast.
Oh man, that's
Hey, look, all praises, man. God, hey, the word says victory is to the overcomer.
oh my God, man. Listen. Praise the Almighty, all high, man. Listen, this is I don't know what else to say, but man, thank you for holding the fort down.
Hey, that's what look, when we talked earlier this week, we said that's what we were here for, right?
Absolutely.
To hold each other up.
Absolutely. Bro.
If we can't do nothing else, we're gonna do that.
Hold on. Let me see. All right. We back to the show. So I was following you. Did you finish your spiel? I know you was telling everybody about your products. All right, so
yeah. I go ahead to the next one. We'll see if I covered it in there. I covered a good breath. But it was staticky for the people, so let's roll.
Okay, all right. So since you already started dropping your products and everything that you have to offer, did you get a chance to discuss the vision behind your initiative?
So I kind of alluded to it. The reason why we really built the small business growth engine is because we found out that a lot of business owners had really good cars, but they just didn't have the right engine.
Right.
And they had pieces of the engine, and they were even inviting people into the car. Hey, come have a seat. They just couldn't get to their destination because they didn't have the proper engine. So the small business growth engine came out of, one, my desire to serve better, right? And to serve more. And the only way you can do that is through systems. Ask McDonald's.
Right.
You know, Ray Kroc, they came out with the system that allowed them to duplicate that one burger, that one fry. Now, granted, the McDonald's we have today is not the one that we started with.
Facts.
Let's be clear, right? Let's be clear. I'm simply talking about the duplication of processes.
Okay.
Their processes work so much so they changed the fast food industry because every fast food restaurant has duplicated that process in some way, shape, or form.
True.
And so that's what systems do. Systems help you duplicate. And if you're integral about the systems that you build, it will serve your people better.
Absolutely.
And so that's what we did with the small business growth engine.
Okay.
Bringing together a myriad of people's tech stack. Most businesses that are successful and have employees have at least 6 to 7 different systems that run their business. And that is on a very small scale.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, that's correct. Yeah.
I'm talking to a business owner. So we bring to the table the ability to now sit with the consultation with us for 15 minutes.
Okay.
We diagnose. We start with your Google My Business page, right? We optimize that. Most businesses I found still do not have an optimized Google page. So if someone searching for the keywords for your business and you don't have a Google My Business page, one, you just lost credibility. And I don't fault them. For example, if you're looking for a service provider that does yard work or some type of contractor work for your home, a lot of people go to Thumbtack, right?
Right.
And so Thumbtack has done what every other platform, what Uber has done. However, businesses now are being controlled because now in order to get that particular lead, you have to respond immediately. And you can't tie a CRM into Thumbtack.
Right.
You got to be the one to do it. So you're still hustling your business versus being effective in communication with systems and tools that can allow you to leverage your time.
Correct.
And so, for example, we had some yard work done in front of our business, in front of our building. The contractor came out. It was a brother. He's second generation in the business. I asked him, does he have a website? He said, no. I said, do you have a Google My Business page? No. His father been in business since 2005.
Right.
His father had some health issues and the son took over the business. Right.
Right.
And his desire was to be able to do the business full time and scale.
Okay.
Can't do that without systems.
Absolutely.
He's not. After a 15-minute conversation, I showed him 2 videos. He's now applying, right? Because he understands the need for systems.
Absolutely.
And there's so much information out there. You can get in the weeds and down the rabbit hole with trying to find the effective system that suits your business needs. So we start with the ignition package. Okay. Then we have the growth engine package.
All right.
And then we have the dominator package.
All right. Question for you. Do you have another package or is those 3?
Those 3.
Okay. Do you have SEO? And for I know my smarts know, I know the final bosses know, but for those who do not, SEO is search engine optimization, which helps and aligns your website along with in Google to be frontiered. So is that offered in one of your packages?
It is offered in all 3 of our packages.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay.
Even for the ignition we have. And so how our SEO works is a trifecta. You see, I like 3s, right?
Yeah, I see.
So how the trifecta works is we have
Okay.
what's called the near me optimization. Now,
Mhm.
if you typically do a search for any business, it's going to give you a 1.5 mile radius of your business.
Right.
What our software does is extends that to 7 mile radius. So the example that I try to give is, imagine if you're in New York at the towers, right? If you're across this river in New Jersey, you can see the towers, right?
Right.
But if you're one of those bodegas or small gift shops on the first street downtown Manhattan, you can't see that business from New Jersey. It's not big enough.
Right.
So in essence, what our software does is add stories to your building so that you can be seen.
Expand it.
So that's one aspect. And how that works is we take the top 7 keywords of your business, optimize that. We find all of your competitors, and we benchmark where your competitors are based upon keyword ranking, and increase your ranking until we reach number 1 for those top 7 keywords in your business. And it's graphically, it's all powered. We got Google Analytics. We can show you everything that's tracked, right? It's phenomenal. So that's power number 1.
Okay.
Power number 2 is our digital PR distribution, right? You build SEO through backlinks, right? Just think about people talking about you. If you have one person talking about your business good, then that's one source. But imagine having 300 people talking well about you at the same time.
Right.
Your business voice has now been amplified. And so that's not only do we amplify your message, you now have 400 backlinks that you can use to put in all of your social media.
That's impressive. 400?
Yes, sir. 400, up between 400 and 500.
That's
so
impressive.
It's like I sent you the one for Apple Podcasts, right?
Right.
And so it sounds amazing. And the power of it, our AI takes the press release that we developed and customized for your message, creates 6 different forms of content: blog posts, slide share, news article, podcast, all in one, and distributes those different forms of content to up to 500 different authoritative outlets.
Okay.
And so how that of course that increases your SEO.
Right.
And so the last superpower that we have is called search box optimization. We just started this in beta. We're only allowing 5 new businesses in per month right now.
Okay.
But what it does, imagine typing in iTrinity music in the search engine, right?
You speaking my language.
Type in iTrinity music, and the keyword in there is music, right? Music or entertainment. Those would be the 2 categorical keywords. Now, Google would fill out music and entertainment, and no other business would show up because we lock you into the search box. It's called SBO, search box optimization. It's
Sign me up.
I knew you was going to
listen. Sign me up right now. Right now.
So
sign me up. That's crazy.
So we have it for Bing. We have it for YouTube. We don't have it fully for Google. We have partial Google yet. We're working out the algorithm right now.
Okay.
But the tech is so ridiculous. So for a lawyer, for a dentist, for any service, for a coach, any service or product that has specific keywords in the industry, we can lock the search box.
Hey, that's amazing, bro.
That's ridiculous, right?
Really amazing.
So, like I said, we are currently in beta. We just submitted 4 of our clients in there. We're waiting to we got feedback on one of them, so they're about to be rolled out. So for anybody who understands real search engine optimization, it takes you 3 to 6 months.
I understand, and I know he's telling the truth.
Flat out.
Flat out.
We can do it in 45 days.
Oh, wow.
With when we start with near me, because that's immediate ROI, right?
Mm-hmm.
We take your Google My Business ID.
Okay.
We drop it into our platform.
Mm-hmm.
It scrapes and finds you. It assesses your competition by ranking and gives you a grade per ranking. And then you'll see a 7-mile radius grid that we show the Google Analytics for each of those keywords for your business. It's all data. It's not
All
hype.
data.
It's data, and it's Google data.
Mm.
So funny story. A friend of mine does political ads and campaigns up north.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They have some consultancy firm that provided some graphs to them about the reach and impressions. So anybody who has done any type of ads, specifically in Facebook, you get your impressions and you get your reach. Very rarely have you ever heard the term frequency. Right?
Right.
So this particular consultancy was telling this particular area. I'm trying to be politically correct here.
I get it. Hey man, this is the final boss, man. Go ahead.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
Right.
Except for the facts that I just gave you. And so they sent me the report, and I said, how are they coming up with this frequency number? That's not, you can't get, there's no data that shows frequency. It shows impression, it shows reach, and it shows the duration of the campaign.
Okay.
Right. And of course the demographics that you put in for that particular campaign. And so I told them to ask that question. And so when they had their meeting, everybody was scratching their head like, we don't know. I bet you don't know, because that's not real analytics. Somebody did some fancy false truths and graphs to get your money.
Yeah.
That's what they did. Because any paid platform that you do ads on, you're going to get the reach, you're going to get the impressions, you're going to get the duration, and if you have the right pixels in place and analytics in place, you can of course see the clicks. And your clicks is what's called, that's your return. Your ROI is based upon the conversions that you have from your
that you can have. Yep, that's correct. Yeah.
And now of course we only do PPC. We don't do impressions. We only do pay-per-click. That's all we do, right?
Okay.
But I don't advise my clients to do that until they have exhausted the reach of organic traffic.
Yeah.
Why?
Because organic traffic flow, and then
absolutely.
Yep.
Because what happens is, I had a client of mine, pest control business, had an office in New York, had an office in DC. They were spending $29,000 a month in Google ads.
Okay.
Right. Now that's how he built his business. That was their business model. When I came in, I said, sir, we got to increase your organic traffic so that we can supplant and then replace those Google ads. So funny thing how God's worked, he was hiring a new manager for one of his offices, and he managed all the emails. No problem. Right. So when he went in to add the new employee, he deleted his Google account.
Ouch.
Because he had fired 2 managers and was bringing on 2 more. So per his lack of knowledge, he deleted his whole Google account.
Wow.
Ads included. Google Workspace is all encompassing. He called me at 5 o'clock in the morning crying because he knew that he did something wrong. His ads stopped running. So therefore the phone stopped ringing after 3 days. How do you run a mega numbered business without any leads? Service business.
Exactly.
Right. And so after we consulted, I implemented the strategy. Within 3 weeks, he was at the numbers that he lost as far as leads were concerned without spending all that
money.
All that money.
So basically you streamlined his ability with Google Ads and added the quality of efficiency to bring him back to where he was without him paying all that money for AdSense, AdWords, and
absolutely
the B word that comes along with it that they don't tell you about.
That part.
Yeah, that part.
Right. and he built, because he had a call center, right? That he was using. That all the numbers, all of his ads were click to call. All click to call ads. And
That's
so
expensive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what we did was implemented the CRM so that the calls that he missed, because people think about it. If you got a $1 million home and you have an inspection, because he had a high ticket service, right? And you're inspecting for termites and rats and things of that nature, you might wake up in the middle. I heard something. Let me call it. Let me find out. Let me get somebody here in the morning. Right. Call center not open. How do we handle that?
Mm-hmm.
We put an AI bot on the front of the website so that you can chat and book an appointment. Put an AI employee on the telephone so that you can still book an appointment. So that by the time someone gets to the office, you got emails of already confirmed appointments.
Business constantly running 24 hours. Business doesn't stop. Absolutely.
It doesn't stop. Not in this day and age. You got to respond. If you're on social media, are your DMs connected to your CRM?
Correct.
Without using Meta's facilitating that messages, because you're giving away data at that point.
Yep. They're collecting it.
They're collecting.
You best believe they're collecting it.
Right.
And they might be rerouting it.
That part.
Right.
We call it social migration.
Yeah.
Social migration for Ethos is putting in systems and strategies to take a follower to a contact.
Okay.
Because a follower is not a contact. You got people who got 5 million followers. Ask them if they can reach all of them at one time. It will not happen.
Conversion. It's conversion. Yeah.
It will not happen. There is no way that you can reach right now on any of Meta's platform, TikTok, Twitter, any of those social media platforms. You will not be able to reach all of your followers at one time.
And people, to my smarts and to my final bosses, what we're talking about is streamlining your presence and your brand to have the ability to monetize. And this is a quote that I got, man. It's so funny that you mentioned that. Ha Davis is one of the he's a funny comedian on social media. He stated in an interview, now I'm quite sure he would, if he had your service early on, he said it took him till he got to 6 million followers before he started monetizing his content. 6 million.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I mean, I implore anybody who follows someone who has high following, go look at their numbers and then look at their engagement over past 3 weeks. Look at the engagement, and engagement is the number of likes or comments on a particular post.
Yeah.
The numbers, the math ain't mathing.
Yeah. Sometimes the math ain't mathing.
The math ain't mathing.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. And when I say the math ain't mathing, meaning I have 1.5 followers, but I just did a post that's supposed to be viral, only has 300 to 500 likes and probably 10 comments.
Yep. I see a lot of that, man.
Yeah. Yep. So that's why our digital PR system works so well, because Google doesn't care how many likes you have.
Right.
It doesn't move the needle one shape or form. And
as long as you're paying for that ad space, they're going to continue to give you a pseudo impression. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so at the end of the day, as a business owner, do you want people to bump into you, or do you want people who are looking for you? Absolutely
looking for you.
Absolutely. I mean, that's because I'm ready to spend. I'm ready to buy. If I'm looking for a service, I'm already prepared for. I have a value in my mind of what that service is going to cost.
Yep. And I'm gonna keep looking. So if you can, absolutely.
Right. And so if you can meet that value point, then I'm going to engage. Right. And then the last part of our ecosystem of power is our cold email outreach. It's the EM2 cold email engine. Now, people hear cold email, be like, yeah, I get spam stuff all the time. I bet you do. The difference in our system is that we scrape leads based upon consumer and customer intent. So tell me the last thing you searched for online, sir.
This last thing I searched online?
Yeah, that you were looking to buy.
Great question. Last thing I searched to buy. Well, I'm always in the car market, so
I figured that was good.
Man. You know,
I thought it was going to be guns or cars. What did it say?
Yeah. That too. Cars first, guns second. Absolutely.
Right. So let's just say you were looking to replace or add a turbo to a car. Right. Puns intended. Right. And so what Google does, those cookies that drop in when you go to a site, it says, do you want to accept the cookies, right? Those cookies are tracking your search. And so what our database does, it has a vault of 20 different buyer intentions, 20,000 different buyer intentions. And so we scrape those leads, and we scrape the database to pull out leads based upon customer intent. And so now if I'm looking for dentists in the Washington, D.C. area who are looking for a CRM or who are looking for marketing services, I can use those particular keywords just as I use in search to find individuals who are looking for our service. And we have that same power that we give to our clients. So whatever your service or business is, we can find those leads for you and put that in our automated email marketing system that will not drop in their spam box. They're triple verified. These leads are triple verified, and it will go direct to their inbox, right? Okay. We create, our AI crafts the message and crafts the keyword, the subject terms that are most likely to suit the needs of that particular lead. And so those three things that we have allow us to really corner the market as far as what leads are, how to optimize search engine optimization. And of course, it all boils down to the foundation. Your foundation is your digital footprint, i.e. your website.
Man, thank you for that, man. Those are some services that I know a lot of people who are watching right now definitely need to be able to scale not only their business, but their brand, their social media content, and everything across the board. I, for one, will probably be that fifth customer. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that, my man, because I need some SEO on my YouTube channel. Let's pivot for a minute, right? Let's pivot for a minute and get into some personal questions before we might extend our time a little bit.
Okay.
We're already at 51 minutes. So, question for you. Mentorship. Has mentorship played a significant role in many of your entrepreneur endeavors? And what role has mentorship played in that journey?
Man, I tell anybody, if you have any desire to do something major in your life, you absolutely need a mentor. You absolutely need somebody who has walked in the places that you desire to walk to and has that footprint for you. And it's so necessary. So my story is, so my father passed in 2008, and I was in a really, really fragile place. And I prayed, I said, God, you know, what am I going to do? My father was such a man's man, right?
Right.
And at the funeral, one of the pastors took this picture. And the picture that was taken was of 300 plus people walking to the grave, and everybody's head was kind of down.
Okay.
And there was one gentleman who was behind me who had this huge Cheshire smile. And I looked up, I looked at that picture, and I immediately started crying because the Spirit told me that I'm not going to leave you without a natural father in the earth until you're ready.
Wow.
And that was my mentor.
Wow.
And the most powerful thing after the Spirit telling me that, the Holy Spirit telling me that, I called him and he said, I know.
Wow.
And I'm like, I thought I was crying profusely then. The waterfalls just came because I couldn't imagine how much God thought of me, that he would protect my heart and my spirit to elevate my mind in such a season.
Man, that is powerful, man. That is powerful, bro. Thank you for sharing. Oh man, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And he has been with me since then, and to this day still gives me counsel, wise counsel. Like, you're not ready for that yet. We'll pause there. Or smacks the whip. If you don't get your butt and handle this,
right,
get this done.
Yeah.
Get this done right.
Yep.
Get this done right now.
Yes,
Like,
sir. Yep.
you know,
we need accountability partners. If you don't have an accountability partner and you're trying to go somewhere, rise above your station or whatever you're trying to do and be and whatever level of success that you're trying to achieve, we all need accountability partners.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And when you come by the studio, you'll see my mom's. I have two mothers because they're identical twins, right?
Okay.
They came up from Florida to visit the studio.
Mm-hmm.
And when he found out that they were in town, because they rarely come back in town, right?
Right.
When he found out, he drove from about 2 hours away,
okay,
to make sure he was here to pray for us. To pray for us. And told my mom, looked her in her eye and said, your son has built this. He's ready for this.
Wow.
And so, you know, those types of situations, no matter the elevation that God takes you, keeps you humble.
It keeps you humble, man. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, the good book says pride comes before the fall. And so there have been many times where I went left, didn't go right.
Right.
But prayer and grace. Prayer and grace.
Yeah. My last episode, man, I was talking about grace. We were talking about empathy. And of course, one of my favorite subjects, ethics. But it all goes hand in hand.
Absolutely.
And like the conversations that we continuously to have, no matter what breaks and period that
no matter what,
man, it could be 5 years, it could be 10 years. But when we come together, man, it's like we come together like Voltron, and collectively we're able to accept that grace and be humbled in that space, because we have this mind meld, bro, that's like
it's
for my smarts and my final bosses and all the nerds out there and the fandom of Star Trek and all the other sci-fi. Mind meld is one of those things. Yeah, it's a Spock thing. So yeah,
absolutely,
man.
Yeah, man. It's beautiful to know. You do hear people talk about that's my spiritual brother and spiritual sister. Yeah, you know, in church and all this type of stuff. But no, real talk.
Real talk, man. Real talk.
That's my brother.
We absolutely, we're brothers, man, for real. Listen, I want to ask one last question because I know because of the technical difficulties we ran into, and we're almost out of time. We're almost at our 60-minute time limit. We're going to extend over that a little bit because I want to ask this last question, and then we could proceed to concluding. But man, that was powerful, bro. So yeah, thank you for sharing, man.
Really, absolutely.
Really thank you.
Absolutely.
So, looking ahead, what are the most promising areas of innovation in the next coming years, in your opinion?
AI. I told a partner of mine that I didn't benefit from the .com bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't benefit from the real estate, but I'm not going to miss AI. And I'm so thankful to be on the cutting edge and have some of the cutting edge tools at my disposal to benefit my clients. And then I think by June, we're going to have a whole webinar teaching small business owners about the power of AI, people think that ChatGPT is the thing.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is like a 1987 Honda versus a 2028 Rolls Royce Spectre.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
It's huge difference.
Like, I'm gonna just throw one out there. I'm gonna give y'all two. Claude and Google Gemini. Google Gemini Live. Like, there's some powerful tools out there.
Okay.
But don't leave your mind out of the interaction.
Gotcha.
And to the parents out there, the fundamentals are so important because these AI models can give you back some really succinct feedback with no intelligence in it.
Absolutely.
It'll just be well put together.
Yeah. That's true.
I could say more, but I won't.
Yeah.
I can say more than I won't.
You know, I've had a couple episodes, man. I talk about AI a lot. Myself and my Tuesday night guest, the sensei, Big Mike, we talk about AI a lot. AI, again, I am your friend. I am pro AI. So,
right.
You know, I just want you to let you know in the future, I'm your friend.
We are friends, AI. We're friends.
But you know, man, it's so important. The one of the biggest things that we like to discuss about AI is the ethics of AI, especially before it becomes AGI or ASI. Now, when it becomes AGI and then pivots, it may happen the next day because it's a learning machine. When it pivots to ASI and is fully thinking, fully automated, fully processing on its own.
So the scary thing about that is in Get AI Answer, which is one of the services in our tech stack, we have an autonomous room. We have an autonomous room. I could clone myself. I can clone you. I typically just use our avatars. I promise you, you can have a full-on conversation about the services, and it will blow your mind.
Oh, I need to see that.
If you go onto my website right now, go to ethosm2.com, you'll see my avatar pointing down. I'll be pointing down, and you can have a whole conversation with me. It'll be my voice. And it will direct you back. It try to talk. If you say, can we order crab legs? It'll be like, you might want to go to a restaurant for that. We are a full service marketing agency. How can we help you?
You know what? We're gonna expand. Listen, we need a meeting. I'm gonna bring somebody to the table who is a genius, and they have 30-something patents under their belt, and they had patented wearable solutions, real-time wearable solutions. We're gonna talk about it. Let's expand that conversation. I'm gonna invite them. Let's have a crazy meeting, mind meld. Dude, we're going to do it. That's
the studio is open.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great J. Marcus Howard. Let's give him a hand. And man, thank you for coming on. Thank you for holding the fort down, especially because I was dealing with those technical issues, and my soundboard might need replacing. I just bought this soundboard, but we'll see. But yeah, man, thank you for. This is not your last show.
Hey, man, I'm honored.
Your last show, bro. There's so much that we did not cover.
I know, right?
We need to cover, and we will cover, but it'll be at a later date. So let's make
because I have something free to give y'all. So we're gonna hold that. You gotta tune in. As they say, you gotta tune in.
And also in closing, before we close out and closing arguments and the offer that you stated, you
want to get that now, or you want to hold that for the next time? It's up to you.
Nah, give him a little bit now, because I know you're gonna have more for the next time. So give him a little bit now.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is free for all of you business owners who do not have a CRM. We have a laser focused business CRM, and the name is so apropos. It's www.em2bos. So the EM2 boss business operating system.com. www.em2bos.com. You can go there. You can see all the features of the CRM. It will bless your business. It will get you right. It has automation triggers, get your business number, email setup, calendars, invoice, everything. And in the dashboard, once you sign up, we'll speak soon about it. So I look forward to talking to you guys. em2bos.com. And he'll put it in the description on the replay and repost. And I look forward to speaking to you all soon. This is J. Marcus Howard, President and CEO of Ethos Media and Marketing and Catalyst AI and em2bos.com.
And I'm the final boss. Listen, that is Mr. EM2. if you hit a jingle, then you're in the right place. It's Mr. EM2. Mr. EM2.
I love it.
Oh, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and joining us all over the world. That's our show for tonight. As I like to close out, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to everyone around the world, to my final bosses, to my smarts. Continue to support us, please. We thank you so much. We're so grateful for you. Please continue to support us. Like, share, subscribe, send us some stars, send us some feedback. If you want to send us some feedback, the email is at info@thefinalbosspodcast.com. That's info, INFO, at thefinalbosspodcast.com. That's the email. That's our show. Remember, be balanced, be equal, and most importantly, be smart. Y'all have a great night. That's our show. See you on Sunday. This coming Sunday. I'll see you then. And then, we come back again on Tuesday. And then we'll be back again with another special guest. It might be J. Marcus Howard. It may be Two-Face. Two-Face, I'm calling you out. Dan Wilder, he's back in town. Radio personality from the hype years, I would say, of radio. Dan Wilder, Two-Face. If you're listening, I'm just calling you out, bro. He might be our special guest for next Thursday. Those 3 days, we're here at 9 p.m. live. Thank you. Y'all have a great night. Sir, you don't go anywhere.
Yes, sir.